Hi Next Geners, I'm Brian Morrow from SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment. And now when you see me at SATE or IAAPA, make it really simple. Walk right up, reach out your hand, introduce yourself to me, and more importantly, tell me what you're really passionate about in this cool industry that we all get to work in. And don't be nervous. Just keep in mind, we were all where you are today. See you soon.
Be prepared. Be always at the ready, because you never know when networking will strike. It could be at an elevator, it could be at Starbucks, it could be the guy next to you on the plane. So always have your best face and your best foot forward.
I saw a man sitting on a bench that I had been told was a project manager for Universal, so I walked over there and introduced myself. He never stood up, he didn't have two words to say to me, but he shook my hand. When that job ended, I finished grad school exam, and out of nowhere I got a call from him asking me to be a technical coordinator on the new IAAPA Adventure project for that was going to happen in Orlando. The point being, be yourself, meet whoever you can, use your time wisely between projects. It's still a relatively small industry. When opportunities come around, people will remember you. By being here at SATE, you're doing all the right things. Just enjoy yourself.
I think my number one tip would be to know your own story, right? So have a clear sense of what it is that makes you interesting, the things that you have to offer. Make sure that story is reflected in your business cards and your website and everything that you say, so that when somebody goes later to find you, they're reminded of all the things that actually make you an interesting person to know.
Be authentic. Anything you fake, you're going to have to maintain. It's like dating. If you're right for the job, you're right for the job. If you're not, be willing to accept that.
Networking is a lot like improv. Improv is not about being funny. Improv is about being present. So you want to be as good a listener as you are a talker when you're networking. Listen and make the other person feel like they're being listened to, so they can leave knowing that was a great conversation and I want to know more about that person.
Networking is a public relations activity with the purpose of developing long-term relationships. The secret to networking is develop those relationships with the idea in mind, how can you serve others? It's not about getting anything, it's about you being able to serve others.
As this business, like any business, is about relationships, and conferences and trade shows are the best way to build and expand upon those relationships.
If you approach somebody and say, can I make a time to come back and talk to you because I'd like to learn more about the industry. We want to talk to people, we want to get we enjoy their enthusiasm, but make sure you appreciate the schedule that we're all on and approach.
A big concern among the hiring class is that you youngins feel entitled.
Super confusing to me are students who think that they can demand particular titles, roles, or arrangements.
That you think you're ready to be creative directors and producers and run shows all over the world. Your degree is your ticket to the hands-on learning experience. You are by no means ready to direct or manage.
Think about the reality that there is no such thing as an idea guy or a creative person. Every single person who works in this industry does it as part of a team and does it with a very specific skill set.
That there's a fine line between knowledge and passion for the industry and being a groupie.
The fact that you love a company or that you love a particular product doesn't mean you're qualified to do that job. One of the things to do is be very mindful of talking about what you actually do. The vast majority of students I talk to use words that talk about how they do something instead of what they do. So they'll say, I'm high energy, I'm hardworking, I'm an idea guy. None of those are jobs.
It is very likely that you're going to get your first job because of a skill that you have. And that's totally fine, because
prospective employers want to know what sort of asset you're going to be.
Be short and specific. I'd rather know the 3 things you're really good at now than the 25 things you want to do in the industry later.
Talk about measurable, quantifiable skill sets you have. What tool sets do you use? What experience do you have in the field? Are you certified or anything in particular? And I need to see pictures of that. You can't just tell me you're creative, you need to show me. You need to have quantifiable evidence, a portfolio, a resume, examples of your work history that you can show me. If I have an empty chair that I need to fill, I don't need somebody who's going to be a quick learner. I need somebody who can actually do it.
Once you get the job, once you have your foot in the door, then you're going to be able to demonstrate how amazing you are, how great an attitude you have, and how indispensable you are. And then the world will be your oyster.
And don't be nervous.
Have a great time and see you on the floor.
Please, just enjoy yourself.
So good luck. I'll see you on the networking floor.